Hey, it's Lord Lav. For this video, we're going to do some jazz hip-hop production, so let's just crack on with it. I started off with drums, and these drums are like proper boom bap, heavy type drums. The way I tend to do these type of drums when I'm doing these type of beats is I make sure the snares are quantized, because I'm thinking from a DJ perspective. If you're a DJ, you want, if all the drums are a bit loose, that's cool, but if the snares are quantized, then it's easier to mix. It's pretty hard to mix something where the snare just slips about all over the place. You can't beat match so easily. I also like to keep the drums like a bit at a time, just more natural, because that's where you get that kind of human feel to it. Then add some cymbals to that. Again, I'm actually not a great piano player at all. I can't really play particularly well, but I do understand music theory and I understand what sounds I like. So I've come up with some chords which I can use. So we've got this one here. And maybe an adaptation. Something like that. And they're pretty much based on just dominant type chords, but going like a fifth up and down, which is kind of very jazzy, because jazz tends to work off of fifths. If you do proper jazz rather than like jazz based hip hop, then yeah, it's normally based on what's called the 2-5-1 chord progression. Gonna add this chord right to the end, just for the like end of the loop basically, and it's like a D7, D9 suspended fourth. It's supposed to sound unfinished, but it kind of works, so let's try that. So I am gonna do some editing of the piano. One of the great things about not being a particularly decent piano player, but being a producer, is I can take my shitty piano playing and I can edit the bastard. So that's what I'm gonna do. So we got. Let's drag this out a bit. And let's make this sound a bit more sprinkly, if that makes sense. Sprinkly piano. I want it to kind of cascade in. Now, it would have been better if I just played that properly, but I'm not a piano player, I'm a producer, but I'm a producer that sort of understands piano. There we go. Bassline. This is a interesting bassline I've got going. It's got an LFO on it, so it's got like a wobble to it, but so let's play that, or record that even. So you can see I've switched the bass a little bit. It sounds like this now, he says. Hang on. There's an overlap here between each note to cater for the dedicated for the LFO. And this was originally working with the ES2, but I switched it up to the Alchemy synth. Just preferred the sound of it a little bit. Just the loud sine wave being modulated by the cut off of 2 low pass filters, quite a bit of resonance, quite a bit of drive, and just a ramp up type LFO that's synced to eighth notes with a kind of lag on it, and that's kind of where that sound comes from. Bit of marimba. Freaky deaky pad sounds, and you know that's a good. Another thing I like to do is throw in some sax. But add some delay into it to give it that kind of dub reggae sort of feel, or just that kind of spacey type of feel. So, and you'll notice that's a stereo delay if you're listening to that on speakers, because you'll hear it sort of going in each left to right, panning. So let's go with that. Love how when you're doing these things, like, you never know quite where it's going to go. When I was first coming up with that drum beat and then came up with those chords, I didn't realise it was going to go quite in this direction. But yeah, I sounding half decent. Got to do a bit more tweaking, but I'll put this beat out pretty sharpish, or I'll at least try to anyway. So here we go.